Now, you guys have a really grueling tour schedule over the next few months. So is it rough playing every day almost?
Well, we have a German manager, so
So does that explain
he
it?
has a German work ethic. So he's like, "Go do," you know. He before we went on the tour, he said, "Oh, do you think you're going to need a day off here? I want to show you the schedule." And there was like 14 days in a row before we had a day off or something. And I was like, "Yeah, I think we might just need a day off in between there somewhere." So. So it's been a pretty thorough tour for us. The one we did last summer was 3 weeks. This one is 7. But we also did a warm-up tour before that, and we did a residency in LA. So it feels more or less like it's been about 3 months of playing very consistently, which isn't anything to whine. We're not whining about it. I think we're all happy to just be able to be out there and have such great support from the fans and everything.
Well, we're definitely happy to have you guys back out here. But what's been the highlight of the tour so far?
I'd say so far, Boston was really special, and Philadelphia and Nashville.
What made those spots?
Well, last summer we weren't able to. We played really few dates last summer. We just played the big major cities, and we even missed some of the major cities like Boston and Philly, so. Last year we did the tour. We were out with Ozma, and there was this sense of it that we weren't out promoting anything, and it was just people being really generous. The audiences were very excited. The shows were just crazy, and they were on fire, And the audience was I don't know, just something that made it. There was a real hunger for what we were doing, and I felt like we were so connected with the crowd, and that they would often sing louder than that the group would be playing, and it would just it just felt, and there was something very special about that. And as soon as we got to Boston, that feeling was right there. It was like one of the few cities we hadn't played, and the people were just, they made life really easy for us,
Do you have like a favorite city to play, or is it that Boston, or is it there one city that you keep coming back to that regularly just outperforms the others?
Well, Chicago's always good. For whatever reason, that's always been the case. That was the case for Weezer right away. It was like the city that was probably the most supportive of us through everything, and with the Rentals' first record and this, they were very generous. And even when I did some solo records where I put on an EP and a full-length album, and I would do these very stripped-down shows, but the shows in Chicago, people were just, their enthusiasm was always really nice.
Well, I'm going to ask you, how does the crowd in Atlanta compare to them? I know that you played here at Masquerade before. We were talking about that.
Yeah, and I know that the last show that we did at Masquerade is all over the YouTube thing. I think in its entirety. And
it's a great show.
Oh, cool! That was thank you for that. It was a really good night from what I remember, and if I can't remember it, I'll just go back to YouTube and rewatch it all over again. But it was really fun.
Well, now to help you remember a little bit, you played I Just Threw Out the Love of My Dreams last year here at the Masquerade. So any chance you're going to play that again tonight? Or
yes, we will actually play that tonight. And that's one of my favorite moments of the show, just because it gives me a chance to connect with the group and to not have to sing, and just kind of hang back with Dan and connect with him. And I love listening to Rachel sing anytime. I love listening to Sarah sing as well. Sarah's singing another song in the set where she's essentially the lead vocalist. And I love those moments, like to be able to turn off the, just being so extroverted and be able to
be a participant and kind of take part in it.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. So what does the I know you guys are doing a lot of touring. We talked about that. So what do you do to cure boredom on the road? What do you guys do to fill in all those lagging periods?
Well, it's been a really busy time for me, particularly. But if there's a chance, I try to round up whoever I can, and we just go out and play frisbee golf with not like professionally with like the whole different size frisbees and all that stuff, but we do try to do that where we can, because it's just a nice way to relax and just forget about all the other stuff. Yeah.
Well, I see you guys threw some frisbees out like in Japan and things. Are you going to be throwing any out here, or is it too small of a venue?
No, last year we played a full-on frisbee golf game in the back of the Masquerade. Yeah, and so we talked about trying to do that again today, but I don't know if there's going to be time.
Yeah, and it's very hot out too. So, well, what does the future have in store for the band?
Well, we're going to finish this tour and go home and just start thinking about how we want to approach the next record and take it from there.
Okay. All right. Well, I know we got to get you out, so I just want to do a quick little thing that I call Band Bunny 5 and 5. Just ask you some real quick questions. Han Solo or Luke Skywalker?
These are okay. Han Solo.
What were you going to say? Go ahead.
I don't know, but that's pretty easy to.
It's pretty easy. Well, for some people, it's difficult, or they get startled. David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mac or PC?
I'm converted to Mac.
Yeah. So am I. I just recently converted. I won't go back. So, MySpace or Facebook?
MySpace.
MySpace. You know, MySpace is on its way out. Apparently, everybody's now swinging back to Facebook.
That's what I hear. You know, yes, that's what I hear.
That's what I hear. Okay.
That's what I hear. But it's been really great for us because the one thing that is definitely true is that the thing that was so amazing about last year is when we did our first tour, we had no idea what to expect. You know, we didn't have a record company behind us or any sort of big promotion behind us. We just went out, and just to get an idea of who would be there, we said, okay, we'll do this 3-week tour just to see, you know, what's going on, to help us get a better understanding of our first 2 albums, and we were totally shocked by the first show. People were just so enthusiastic, and the shows were so much fun, and I think so much of that had to do with MySpace and had to do with just the way people communicate now, that there was, with very little effort, we had a community out there that was, you know, very generous and supportive.
Well, I think they watch your page carefully, your fans, and just try to keep updated with everything. So it's a good page.
Yeah, it's like I'm really thankful for that stuff. So.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll give you a couple more and then let you go. iPod or vinyl?
I'm definitely a vinyl guy.
Yeah. A lot of people are now converting to iPod, but the sound is, of course, very different.
Well, when I'm at home, I always listen to records, but I don't have very many, so I listen to the same records over and over and over again.
Well, what are some of the records that you listen to over and over?
It just depends, you know. A lot when I'm at home, like a lot of mellow things. I've been listening to like a lot of Nat King Cole, and that kind of stuff, like all my grandfather's music. I've been listening to that mostly, and then, you know, if I'm getting crazy, I'll listen to some old Stones records and things like that. You know?
Getting crazy? What's it like when you get crazy?
I don't know. That's about as crazy as
Okay, all right.
I really ratcheted it up a couple notches. Yeah.
All right, so if you guys hear that, you know he's getting crazy. All right. Well, I guess I better let you go. I know you guys we were kind of late starting, so I really appreciate you taking this time to talk to us. And of course, the fans can keep up with you guys on your website, right? Which is
therentals.com.
Okay. Very simple. Okay. Well, this was Band Bunny with Matt Sharp from The Rentals, and thanks, guys.